Hi guys, on a retro tip here, going to show you a quick look around my Dreamcast games. We got PAL over here, we got some sealed PAL, we got a couple of NTSC American here, and then a load of Japanese. Just show you a quick look at the difference between, if you didn't know, the PAL and the NTSC cases. So NTSC come in like the normal standard dual case, like CDs, which are much better, especially when it comes to the Saturn games. But these Dreamcast cases for the PAL are like, you know, they just break so easily, and they're hard to replace. Whereas with these, you can just generally replace them with CD cases. Okay. So we'll start in alphabetical order. So we've got Four Wheel Thunder. Not played this one. I think it's like a little. It looks like little 4x4 sort of. I don't know if it's remote control or if they're actually off-road vehicles, but it's some kind of little racing game. Down there. Right, we've got Sega Bass Fishing, which actually is really fun. I've got the. What's it called? The fishing rod controller, so I might do a video on that at some point. We've got Chicken Run, which is a tie-in with the film. Never played that. Choo Choo Rocket, which is a really fun little puzzle game. I think anyone who's bought a bundle of Dreamcast games probably has had about 50 copies of that come through their collection at any point. This is Confidential Mission. That goes with a little light gun peripheral. It's like sort of Time Crisis, but it's like spies. So it's all right actually. You know, it's not too bad. Classic game for the Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi. Yeah, when I was about 19, I first moved out of home. I lived in a flat with two guys, and I had a PlayStation 2. And one day my flatmate came home with the Dreamcast, and we had Crazy Taxi, Power Stone, Soul Calibur, and I forget what else he had, but we used to just spend hours and hours playing like multiplayer on Power Stone and Soul Calibur, and then just playing Crazy Taxi to death. It was a really amazing game. Now it's got like a brilliant soundtrack. For the time, it was Offspring and what have you. It was really good, really fit the time. It was amazing. We've got Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. This is pretty fun actually. I did enjoy these. They sort of came out when just after Tony Hawk's, when stuff like the X Games was really popular. We've got Disney's Dinosaur. I've no idea even what this game is. We've got Dragon's Blood. Looks hack and slash game of some sort. And we've got Ducati World motorbike game. Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future. Evil Dead, Hail to the King. I only just picked this up a couple of months ago, and I haven't had a chance to play it, so I'm really keen to see how that plays. If anyone knows, if anyone's played that, let me know in the comments. And we've got Sega Extreme Sports with SSOSL, whatever that is. Looks like we got like off-road ATV, hang gliding, mountain biking, snowboarding. F1 Racing Championship. F355 Challenge, Passione Rossa. Yeah, some kind of Ferrari game. Fighting Force 2, which is a bit of a disappointment. Fighting Force 2. I had Fighting Force, the first one, on the PlayStation, which I loved. It was kind of marketed as a 3D Streets of Rage kind of thing. It was alright, but I think the second one was a bit of a disappointment, which is a shame. We've got Fur Fighters, which is a brilliant game. Hidden and Dangerous, which which I haven't played, but I watched someone do a playthrough of that the other day, and it looked pretty good actually. And we have House of the Dead 2. Absolutely brilliant game for Dreamcast. I'm sure everyone's played House of the Dead at the arcade, but yeah, House of the Dead 2 is really good game. You need an older TV to run the light guns these days, but if you can, definitely worth picking up. We got Hydro Thunder, which is like a racing game but on you know, like power boats or whatever. We got Iron Aces, High Speed World War II Aerial Combat, which is obviously a World War II like dogfight simulator. We've got Jeremy McGrath Supercross, which is a Supercross game obviously, and then we got a like a promo copy of that as well. They come on like white discs, the promo copies. I'm not quite sure where I got that. We've got Cow the Kangaroo. Definitely worth a go. This it's a pretty good platform game. We've got Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. My mate who I lived with actually had this back in the day, and I never really played it much myself, but I used to sit and sort of watch him play it. We've got Magforce Racing. It's another recent pickup, and it looks kind of like futuristic racer similar to Wipeout, so I'm looking forward to having a go on that. We've got needs no introduction, Marvel vs Capcom 2. Absolutely amazing. If you discount the menu music, I'm sure everybody who's played it knows exactly what I'm saying when I say that the menu music when you're choosing your characters is horrible. It's like torture. I'm going to take you for a ride. It goes on and on and on times 1,000,000. Because you've got to choose 3 characters each, you know, it could be a while that you're on the menu, and it's not good. But it has a 56 character roster, this game. Absolutely massive roster. It is definitely worth picking up. One of the best multiplayer games and the best fighting games on the system. We've got Metropolis Street Racer, which I think was made by... does it say? Yeah, Bizarre Creations, there you go. So sadly they're no longer with us, but they made some really amazing games, especially racing games. So they made the Metropolis Street Racer. They went on to make Project Gotham Racing. So obviously Metropolis is inspired by Superman, and Gotham Racing is inspired by Batman. And I think they also made Blur for the Xbox 360 PS3, which I love. I love that game. It's a really good game. Shame they've gone down the pan. Then we got Millennium Soldier Expendable. Looks like some kind of third-person shooter. We got Racing Simulation Monaco GP. Another F1. We've got Mr. Driller. I was after this for ages. I wanted to pick it up, but I didn't really want to spend too much on it. It goes for a few quid, but it's like a little puzzle game. It's really good. Definitely give that one a go. And we got MTV Skateboarding featuring Andy Mcdonald. Not played this. Not really. Probably going to play it. It's going to be Tony Hawk's all the way, really. I loved the first 2 Tony Hawks especially. And we've got NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. Phantasy Star Online, which I think you can still play online. I think someone or other has set up servers that you can still play it on. We've got Plasma Sword. It's a Capcom game. It is basically, you know, a beat 'em up, one-on-one beat 'em up, but 3D-ish. We've got Pod 2, which is some kind of online racing game. Very much doubt that still works. Okay, next we've got Power Stone. One of my absolute favourites. Excuse the cough, sweet. I've got a really sore throat at the moment. Yeah, one of my absolute favourite Dreamcast games. Capcom game. It's fighting, but it's really good 3D environments, and it's chaos. You get you collect little gems, and when you collect 3 gems, your character sort of powers up into this super character. It's got brilliant characters. It's just so much fun. If you can pick this up and pick the second one up, sit around with 2, 3, 4 people. It's such a good multiplayer game. Definitely highly recommended from me. And we got Railroad Tycoon 2. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, including Eagle Watch missions. Never really been into this kind of game like Rainbow Six. We got Rainbow Six Rogue Spear as well. I'm trying to imagine it's very similar. We got Ready to Rumble Boxing. Loved this game back in the day. Really good fun boxing game for 2 people. And we got Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2 as well. Red Dog Superior Firepower, which I haven't played yet. It looks like some kind of sort of driving game with guns. It looks potentially fun. Revolt, which is a brilliant game. It's like driving little RC cars around. Really fun multiplayer game. Definitely pick that up if you can. And we got Sega Gt Racing, obviously. Same again, Sega Rally 2, Sega Rally Championship. Loved Sega Rally, especially in the arcade. Used to play a lot of Sega Rally. It doesn't hold up so well these days. We've got Sega Worldwide Soccer. Shadow Man. So it's pretty fun, this game. Definitely worth a go. We've got Shenmue. I've got all the discs and manuals in both cases, but no outer sleeve, sadly, so looking to pick that up at some point. Now, Shenmue, I think, was the first game I ever saw on the Dreamcast. My friend had one. He lived up in Tooting. We went up there. It would have been around New Year's. And he had a Dreamcast, and he put on Shenmue, and I just couldn't believe it. It was massive, and it was just unbelievable. And I spent about 2 days. I stayed around his house just all day playing Shenmue. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't believe how good it was. It totally blew me away. If you've never experienced Shenmue, definitely worth a play. It does take a while to get into. There's a lot of talking and faffing to start with, but definitely worth it. We've got Silent Scope, which is sniper game, much like the arcade. We've got Sonic Adventure, which is obviously a 3D Sonic game. Brilliant game, Soul Calibur. This was amazing when it came out. I absolutely loved it. We'd just play it for hours and hours and hours. Really good characters and sort of great atmosphere, this game. Definitely, if you haven't played that, get yourself a Dreamcast and pick that up. It's absolutely amazing. This is a fun game, quite a recent purchase, Space Channel 5. Picked this up because I'm a massive fan of Parappa the Rapper on the PlayStation. This is in a similar vein. It's basically rhythm, rhythm game, and you follow this alien woman, and she's doing some kind of TV channel reporting, and you press the buttons and what have you in time with the music. It was good fun. We've got Speed Devils, another racing game there. Stunt GP, which is really fun. It's like a little cars, and obviously you do stunts and what have you. But yeah, that's really good fun. I always like these little RC games are always quite fun. We got Super Runabout, the Golden State, which is driving game. We've got Tee Off, golf game. Tomb Raider Last Revelation, I'm sure that needs no explanation. Tony Hawk Skateboarding, love this. I know everybody says number 2 is their favourite, but definitely number 1 for me. I loved it, really loved it. It was really innovative at the time. We got Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. Trick Style, which is like hoverboards, you know. But it's kind of like a snowboarding game but on hoverboards. We've got UEFA Dream Soccer, UEFA Striker, Ultimate Fighting Championship, Urban Chaos, which is like a third person sort of run around and cause chaos kind of game. We've got Vanishing Point, another racing game. Vigilante 8 Second Offence, which is like a sort of destructive driving game again. Got Virtua Athlete 2K, which is like you know, athletics obviously, but pretty good. Virtua Striker 2, Virtua Tennis and Virtua Tennis 2. Now these are the games that I think made tennis games, you know, big. Tennis games were kind of just pretty naff until Virtua Tennis, and it really ups the sort of tennis games, so definitely worth a play at Virtua Tennis. We've got V-Rally 2 Expert Edition. Loved V-Rally on my PlayStation. Absolutely loved V-Rally. Used to play that for hours and hours. Whoops. And we got Wacky Races, which is a really fun little racing game, which is actually a little bit pricey nowadays from what I see, so quite glad I picked that up when it was cheap. We've got Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Wild Metal. Haven't had a chance to play this. What is this? Yeah, like attack vehicles and stuff. Looks like little armoured diggers attacking stuff. So I'd be interested to see what that's like. We've got Worms Armageddon and Worms World Party. Gotta love Worms. I prefer the 2D Worms. Or are these both 2D? Oh, I thought one of these was 3D, but maybe not. And then we got WWF Attitude, which is now WWE. What we got here? We got a couple of loose games. We've got Crazy Taxi 2, and then Disc and Manual, no case. We've got Floygan Brothers and Quake 3 Arena. And that's just my action replay disc that I use to play imports like Zero Gunner 2 there. Okay, next up is indie and homebrew games. So these are more recent titles done by independent publishers. We've got Rush Rally Racing. That was made by Senile Team and distributed by Red Spot Games, who I'm having a bit of a hoo-ha with at the moment, so I won't go into that too much. But it's a top-down racer, very similar to Micro Machines, but yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun, worth a pick up. You don't know where the bloody hell you're going all the time. It's so confusing, but yeah, it's fun to play with some mates. That was, if I think it was 2000 and does it say? I think it's quite old. I want to say 2009. I'm not sure if that's right. We've got Ducks version 1.5. There's a few versions of Ducks out now, so we've got Ducks 1.5, and then there's Redux, and then Redux Dark Matters. Quite keen to play this, but I haven't actually opened it yet. I'm shit at shooters, so I don't think I'm going to last very long on that. We've got another shooter, got a couple of copies of Sternwind. I kept one sealed and want to play. That is gorgeous, that game. If you can pick up a copy of that, it's just beautiful. It's a shooter again. It's made by Duranic or Duranic. I think they're a German company. Again, it's distributed by Red Spot Games, so I'd suggest if you can get it somewhere else, do that. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful game on the Dreamcast by miles. But that was 2013 release, so that's a really recent release. Next we got Wind and Water Puzzle Battles by Yuan Works. It doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty sure this one's distributed by Red Spot Games as well. And it's a puzzle game. This copy is sealed. Well, I think I'm going to be playing this soon. It's like some kind of iPhone game, but I can't remember the name of that game. But I've seen people playing it. It's pretty fun. I think that was 2006 or so, that one. So obviously they stopped making games for Dreamcast over here in the PAL region in like 2001. So that's a good 5 years after, and they're still making them. I've got a few on pre-order. So I've got one that I'm hoping is going to come very soon, or two that I'm hoping are going to come very soon, and one that I haven't heard anything about, so we'll see. Next I'm going to really whiz through the sealed PAL games, especially the ones that you've already seen if I've already got them in the other pile. So we've got Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which I don't have. Choo Choo Rocket, of course. We've got Conflict Zone, which I don't have opened, which looks like it's a war game with tanks and planes and what have you. And we've got Exhibition of Speed, another racing game. So that I don't have that over there. We've got Freestyle Scooter, which is like a sort of Tony Hawk's clone on scooters. We've got another Hydro Thunder. We got Jet Set Radio. I've only got the sealed one. I sold recently my other one. I don't really want to open that, so I will probably just pick up another one cheap when I find it. We've got Marvel vs. Capcom, which I don't have a PAL version open, so I would like to get one of those. That's a really good game, although I do prefer the second one, but that is good. We've got a sealed MSR, sealed Mortal Kombat Gold, which I don't have opened, but probably would never play. I'm not into Mortal Kombat really. NFL Blitz 2000. We've got Planet Ring sealed. Pod 2 sealed. Quake 3 Arena sealed. Ready to Rumble. We've got Spirit of Speed 1937, which is like a racing game based on cars, circa 1937. Tee-Off sealed. We've got another Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Toy Story Buzz Lightyear 2 The Rescue, Virtua Athlete 2K, and don't have this one unsealed, and that is Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour, which is like a little Mario Kart clone, but it looks fun. We've got Chip and Dale on the cover there, and you got the Magic Kingdom and Epcot Centre and what have you in the background. Oh, Crystal Dynamics! I didn't realise it was a Crystal Dynamics game. So might look at picking up another copy of that to play at some point. Next we got Japanese games. Oh, actually, we'll do this first. I've got 2 North American games we'll just quickly whiz through. So we've got Sega Sports NFL 2K and Dead or Alive 2. Only 2 American games. And then we've got Japanese games. So we've got the Sonic 10th Anniversary Birthday Pack. So this is Sonic Adventure 2. The game is actually sealed still in there. It's got a little 10th anniversary sticker on there, and we've got inside a little presentation box, which is really nice actually. And you open it up and you have a Happy Birthday Sonic CD, which, do you know what, embarrassingly I'm not actually sure what that CD is, if it's music or what, or you put it in your Dreamcast, I'm not sure. Then we got a little sort of history of Sonic little booklet, and you get a Happy Birthday Sonic little coin in the middle, and it says Happy Birthday Sonic, 23rd of June. So 1991 to 2001, 10th anniversary, and I think that they sold this for 2 days in Japan only. So it's, I mean, it's, I wouldn't say it's rare because you can always find them on eBay, but they do go for 30 odd quid nowadays. But yeah, really nice little set that. Okay, then we've got Air Force Delta, and the reason I like Sega Japanese games, another reason, is that on the spine there you've got the Japanese text, but on the other side they put it in English. So when I buy PC Engine games, I don't know what the bloody hell it says, because they don't translate it, but thankfully on the Dreamcast games you have a little translation for you. We've got Biohazard Code Veronica, which is obviously Resident Evil Code Veronica in the West. SNK versus Capcom Millennium Fight 2000. I would love a PAL copy of Capcom versus SNK. Love this game. But yeah, I mean, to play, I'm more than happy with Japanese version if it's not an RPG and you don't need, you know, if it's not too text heavy. Get the Japanese version, you know, if it's cheaper, why the hell not? We've got Get Bass, Sega Bass Fishing, which is, I'm not quite sure why it's called Get Bass, but it's basically Sega Bass Fishing. We've got Grandia 2. I don't think that's sealed. I think that's just in a packaging. But yeah, I mean, not much chance of playing that without a translation. Next we've got, see, this is I know it says J League, but I'd have to look at the spine to know what it's actually. Okay, it just says J League and a load of text and then 2, so I assume that is J League Soccer 2. Next we got Macan X, which I've not played. Oh yeah, this is like it's like first person, but you've got swords and stuff. It looks amazing. I was watching a video on that the other day. I definitely want to try and play that, and it looks like it would be okay in Japanese. We've got another copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 here, Japanese one. We have got Pen Triathlon or something, Triathlon. I don't know. I hear people talking about this game and they always pronounce it differently, but yeah, I don't even know what this game is. We've got Power Jet Racing 2001, which is like jet skis. And we've got Power Smash 2, another tennis game. We've got another copy of Power Stone, Japanese. We have got Power Stone 2, Japanese. I would like a PAL copy of this. I absolutely love this game, but PAL copies seem to be really, really pricey at the moment. And I'm in two minds, because half of me thinks, oh, I've got it Japanese, I don't need a PAL copy, I'll leave it. But then the other half of me knows that if I leave it too long, in 2 years it's going to be even more expensive, and they'll be looking for 50 quid for a bloody copy of Power Stone 2, and I should bite the bullet fairly soon, really. We've got Psychic Force 2012. I'm not sure, it looks like a beat 'em up, but hard to tell, really. And we've got Rez, another game that I'd love a PAL copy of, but pretty pricey. So I picked up a Japanese copy really, really cheap. It was 5-10 quid, I think. Yeah. So if you haven't played this, definitely get a copy of this. It's like an on-rail shooter, but it incorporates music and visuals and stuff, and it's a really, really unique game. It's really good. We've got a Japanese copy of Space Channel 5. Right. Another great example of why I love buying Japanese games, because these next two games cost a bloody fortune for PAL copies. So we got Street Fighter 3. It's called W Impact in Japan, but that's obviously Double Impact in over here. And then we got Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which is a whopper if you want a PAL copy. You're looking at least 25 quid. Worth 25 quid though. Absolutely brilliant game. This was the definitive Street Fighter until, for over 10 years, until Street Fighter 4 came out, and for some, it's still people playing in tournaments. And if you've never ever seen Street Fighter 3, or you've never played it, definitely pick it up, or it's even worth watching YouTube videos. There's YouTube videos of guys playing this game that just blow my head off. It's amazing, some of the tournaments. We've got another copy of Super Runabout, and we have Super Runabout San Francisco edition. I'm just going to move some of these. We've got Virtua Fighter 3TB. I don't have a PAL copy of this, but they're pretty common, so I just think it's, I see them and I don't want to pay 4 or 5 quid for it. I want to pay less, so we'll pick one up at some point. We've got another Virtua Striker 2 version 2000.1. World Series Baseball 2K. And probably my favourite game on the Dreamcast, and that's saying something because I'm not into shooters really, and that is Zero Gunner 2. That's what's running on the screen back here. I played this at Play Expo 2012, and they had a Dreamcast and it had Ikaruga, and I thought, oh great, I'd love to play a bit of Ikaruga. So I played half an hour or so of Ikaruga, and then for some reason we reset the console, and when it booted up, it didn't boot up into Ikaruga, it booted up into a menu with 3 shooters on. Ikaruga, something else, and Zero Gunner 2, and I thought, oh, Zero Gunner 2? Not really heard of that. I'll have a go. Put it on, and oh, fucking hell, I spent like 2 hours playing this game, and just, you die and you start again, you're just trying to get a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. And like I said earlier, I am absolutely rubbish at shooters, but this is great. It's got 7 difficulty levels, so I think 5 would be the arcade standard difficulty. So you can go harder, or you can go, much easier. It's good to start sort of midway on 4, and if you fancy just a quick blast through and you want to see it to the end, you can tone it down a bit or whatever. But it's really good fun. It's really good fun with 2 people. It's helicopters. You've got a choice of 3 helicopters, and yeah, it's just chaos. It looks beautiful. It's really, really gorgeous. Pretty pricey game. I got it just after I went to Play Expo. I managed to win one on eBay for 45 quid. That's worth it for me. It's Japanese only release, and it's just such a good game. It's definitely worth having. I will probably do a video on this game fairly soon, so keep an eye out for that. And that's it for my Dreamcast games collection, guys. Thanks for watching.